Amazon's worst rated camera.
That was probably the worst photo so far, though. You actually get an LED.
Clicked on this video thinking you're going to see Amazon's worst rated camera, and that title is a lie. You're also going to be seeing Amazon's second worst rated camera, and the best rated camera, and this 35mm Nascar camera that I think they stopped making in 1998. And how are we going to test them, you might ask? Well, there is no other way than photographing 100 convenience stores in Japan. I think we tragically underestimated how difficult this was going to be. Here are the rules. We start with Amazon's best rated camera, and for every 10 convenience stores we photograph, we get to shoot a slightly worse camera. Here are some of the reviews.
It is junk, horrible, it doesn't work, very, very cheap and not worth the price.
Well, let's just get to the cameras. Leica Q3 coming in at 5 stars.
So one thing you'll notice about Tokyo is the abundance of cones. There's millions of cones everywhere. I don't know what the deal is, but they love cones here. So Leica Q3 is a $6,000 camera, and that's gonna be our first camera tonight here on the streets of Shibuya. I think Marshall wants a waffle. We did it. 7-Eleven captured. We're gonna get into more food in this episode. Family Mart, you can get family chicky, which is really good. And Lawson Station, very excited about the red chicken. Let's continue on. Let's go find a Lawson's. 6 feet away, another Family Mart. I think that looks pretty nice. It's a good Family Mart. We've come across a new convenience store to us, Mini Stop. Let's take a picture. 7-Eleven.
Really taking my time with this camera because I know every convenience store photograph leads me closer to Amazon's worst camera.
Our first Lawson Station. This Lawson Station looks like it's a club or a voting station. It's a bit of a weird first Lawson Station, but it's a photo. We're one closer to 10. Right? There we got it, another Lawson. Lawson Station convenience store started in Ohio, and now there's just all of them in Japan. Here we have one of the most authentic restaurants to Tokyo. It is called Taco Bell. The T stands for Tokyo. If I were to get hit, it would be worth it. Very important project we're doing today. All right, one more. Oh, we got it. Leica Q3. Convenience store photography, Tokyo. Family Mart right below the good beer faucets. We've done it. That's 10. Let's go get some fried chicken. I'm trapped over here and it's frowned upon to jaywalk. Ohio gozaimasu, and welcome to a new day with a new camera. This camera is pretty similar. This is the Fujifilm X-S20. This is a new product from Fujifilm, and let's go get some breakfast. So the spicy fried chicken is a go-to. The regular is nice, but I just kind of like the spicy. What would you like? Boss coffee? All right, here we have the pastries, and you can get a hot dog with some corn if you want. Oh, it's just corn and mayonnaise. Disgusting. Why would you? What is this? Pillows. You might think, why would you come to a convenience store when you're in Japan? But honestly, the convenience store food is really good. I don't know if that one's good, but I bet it probably is. It's pretty much sold out. There's none left. I'm gonna get the financier. I thought I said fancier, but it's just financier. Something I really wish would come to North America. Boss coffee, all these little tiny coffees. It's the amount you need. You don't need a huge double extra large coffee. You need this much. I'll drink 50 of these while we're here for 6 days. All right, Family Mart #1 done. And we're gonna get into this Family Cheeky. So you can, if you wanted the pro move, I don't think I can do the pro move. I feel like my hands are full. But you can rip this half. But today, we're doing it like this. And there you have it, fried chicken, convenience store, breakfast. It's so good. It's like nicer than anything you can get in a restaurant back at home. How is that possible? It's available 24 hours a day, a little $4 breakfast in the rain, and we got our first Family Mart photo. Got my financier out, and whoa, it's exactly what you want. That's really nice. It's like almost a shortbread type thing. I understand how this financed the entire economy of Japan. Financier. This is actually the lead investor at Family Mart. I feel like I'm very close to the camera all of a sudden. Marshall has a French toast in one hand, so he's unable to zoom right now. He's put it in his mouth. No trash bins, which is a bit of an annoying thing, but it's okay. Another Family Mart, another day. Let's get this guy walking by. It's also like 6 in the morning right now, and it is pretty much all the bar crowd clearing out, so it's a bit of an interesting morning. Everyone's feeling really on their game. Here we have our host of our Tokyo tour. Not even a king rat though. We've seen some big rats here. This rat's pretty small. Hi, friend. Oh, that classic chrome preset. Looks nice. And I think it's time for some more fried chicken, right, Marshall? Marshall's in. All roads lead to Amazon's worst rated camera. That's what I would say if I was a wizard. Number 4 of the day. So this here is the Lawson Station chicken, and the red chicken, which is a little bit spicy. It's my personal favorite. They give you this little toothpick to eat them with, and you're kind of rolling the dice this early in the morning to see if they're hot. The box feels hot, so I think these are good. Oh yeah, this is better than the Family Mart. Family Cheeky. Oh, extra spicy today. That's not my chicken. That looks like a hash brown. We could play a game here where I just leave this camera here and we go for a walk and we come back in a half an hour and it'll either still be here or someone will have returned it inside. Good second breakfast. It's a sweet potato machine. All right, here we go. Let's go. This is great 4K footage. What do you want, Marshall?
I'm
you want
interested
this?
in just the sweet potato like that.
I think they're all the same. You don't want the good girl? I think these are pretty much all the same. You either get this or you get this.
I just want a sweet potato roll over the...
Okay. Let's do number 5. Whoa, that was so fast.
That's literally just a sweet potato.
Just a cold sweet potato. It's frozen. It's a frozen sweet potato. It's just a frozen sweet potato. I didn't expect this. I think I expected something warm. So we've come over here and there's an additional fact that it's ice cream. So that's why it's frozen. I don't really know how to get, they've thought of this. Just a steaming sweet potato in the Tokyo summer. It's just a frozen potato. It's not ice cream. All lies. So if you want to make $7 US from me, just make a frozen potato machine and I'll buy it. It's not good. Here we have number 6 for the day. I feel like I have to go across the street for this one proper. I think this is the angle over here for number 6 of the day. I don't know. I'm gonna say this is the worst photo so far. And I've taken some bad photos already. This one has a goose up there and a tiger butt. Natural Lawson, it counts. Here we are at the Family Mart / TJI Fridays combo. I've actually had lunch at this TJI Fridays before. Don't judge me. But this photo is mostly a TJI Fridays ad. Tim is doing a live with Focal right now, and he told people to buy my course. Thanks, Tim. So this one isn't a convenience store, but it's, I have no idea what this is. It's like a Disney store at the bottom, and then it's just this weird black castle. I think we gotta figure it out. Ah, Dr. Martin's my doctor. Does my dental as well. I mentioned it while walking, so Marshall had to stop to get the B-roll shot of it. Thank you, Marshall. We've now found a Family Mart next to an Ichiran ramen shop. I like Ichiran a lot. I do 5 hot sauces, and I think it's the best. Beautiful. One more. Here we are at the 20th convenience store. And we finally discovered a new convenience store, not a Family Mart, not a Lawson, not a 7-Eleven, the Daily Yamazaki. Let's take a picture. That's all. This appears to be an Alien versus Predator themed bar called Jumanji 33. It opens at 8. It's 8 a.m. right now, so we're a bit early. But I think we'll probably just wait for it to open. And there it is, the Fuji X-S20, complete. On to the next camera, which is the Nikon Z8 with a fisheye lens. It's the largest of all the cameras, and I'm not excited to carry that around. So the Nikon 16mm fisheye is great because it has this metal thing. Marshall says it's for when you used to have like your camera would control the manual aperture. They would go like, but now I just have to do it on my own. It's fine. Let's shoot everything in f4. Why not? Let's go find some convenience stores. So the Nikon Z8 I would consider to be a 5-star camera, but when paired with the fisheye lens, it's not. Number 1. Done. So we saw this Family Mart signage, and we were like, great, Family Mart, we see the green. But unfortunately, it's a Subway and not a Family Mart. So our search continues, and it's also raining. I've always been a big fan of the fisheye. I came from skateboard and snowboard photography, so this was always the lens that you saw in every magazine. And it was the first expensive lens I bought. It was actually the 10.5mm Nikon fisheye for APS-C. This is the 16mm. Good news, Marshall went into Natural Lawson and purchased an umbrella, which means it's just not gonna rain for the rest of the day. It's already stopped. I don't know if it works. He got this new Red Bull Summer Edition too that looks pretty nice. That's Marshall's umbrella. So this pub behind me, the hours of this Irish pub, 3 p.m. to 7 a.m. every day, but as you can see, there are still people inside, and it is 9:30, and they are very drunk. And look at this, we've arrived at a shot that is fisheye only. If you have a 20mm, you're not gonna get this. If you got a fisheye, you can get everything, watch. Boom, done. So this here is my second favorite Irish pub in Tokyo. I'm excited to show you all the others. I just touched the front of the lens. I thought a lens cap was on here. It's not. We'll clean that, I guess. Here we are, 7-Eleven. And this crew's getting the ice cream started early. So my passion for this project is fading pretty quickly. It began as what we thought a fun thing to do, and quickly became the thing we have to do. Number 4. You know what? There's nothing else I'd rather be doing than taking photos of convenience stores in Tokyo at 9:30 in the morning. You'll also notice on the street that you're not allowed to smoke on the streets here. You can only smoke inside. So if you want to smoke, you got to go inside a restaurant. You're not allowed to smoke on the street. A lot of them used to say no smoking, which was funny. Now they fixed it. There's some good natural contrast here. Family Mart. That looks good. Do you need anything from in there? Need a chicken? On the lookout for more Family Marts, probably. I feel like everything today is a Family Mart. Here we go. 7-Eleven. Surprise 7-Eleven. Boston Station, number 6 of the day. And the fisheye, honestly, I'm pretty happy with these photos. I wish that this taxi cab would go, oh, it's gonna make a run for it. Here we go. That was nice, maybe. It happened pretty fast. All right, number 6. 1 more to go. Here we have a Family Mart under construction. Very rare, very rare. Got another Family Mart. Yeah, everyone is so confused to what we're doing. Everybody looks and they see the camera, then they look and they're just like, carry on their day. It is art. Actually, can we do a vertical here? Oh, vertical is the way to go with this Family Mart. Oh yeah, fisheye vert. Oh, that's so good. Hot diggity dog. That caps it. The Nikon Z8 and the 16mm lens. We're gonna go put this away. We're gonna get our next camera. Are you excited? I don't remember what it is. I have a list. 30 convenience stores into 100 here in Japan. And this is already feeling like a full-time job. This is what we're here to do. We're not here to enjoy Japan, just take photos of convenience stores. Here we have the Fujifilm Instax that we purchased from Bic Camera. We're gonna load this in and begin. Remember, always load all of your film in direct sunlight. I think this is fine. It's in like a little box. We'll see though. The benefit of Instax is that if your film is screwed up, you get to know immediately. Whereas if you're shooting C41 or black and white film, you don't really get to know if you screwed it up through the X-ray or whatever for a week or so. So here we go, 7-Eleven, number 1. I'm gonna set this to landscape mode. We're gonna let everybody go in. I'm not gonna creep on anybody out here. And we're gonna get our first 7-Eleven photo. That's gonna be a problem for some OCD folks because the lines go perfectly into the 7-Eleven and then the logo is offset just a little bit. But I'm excited. 9 more to go. This one's easy. We got 10 shots, so as soon as I'm done, I'm done. The only thing I knew about Sapporo is beer and also snowboarding in Hokkaido. And we're gonna do the beer because it's currently 30 degrees Celsius out here. So no snowboarding, not today. This here is where it all comes from. Every single Sapporo you've ever drank, from this tank right here. Just one in the world, brewing all the time. Millions, billions of beers brewed. I think you look at a little skateboard, like Tony Hawk level. No? Kickflip, varial flip, tray flip up here. 1869, beer here, tank. And this says every beer ever served from this tank. I have 1 beer per year because I'm allergic to wheat, yeast, and barley. I think it will be the classic if I get to choose. Marshall might want the classic. We've ordered the flight. 800 yen, what a deal. So this is my 1 beer per year. Oh wow. It's getting lit in the tasting room here at the Sapporo Museum. Oh, they did this logo right. They put it right in the center. This little crosswalk in. Here we go. That's nice. Check out my selection of cones. I hear you love cones. You'll see a lot more in this video. Oh yeah, it's a beauty. A little lopsided. Honestly, the Instax is a lot of fun to shoot. There's also an Instax that allows you to choose which images you print. So you're able to capture them digitally, you can add some filters, and then decide to print, or you can print a couple. So if you're out with your friends, you can print a few of the group shots that you want. I love Instax. I would say it's one of my favorite cameras that I own. I'm just trying to delay because I know that at the end of this, I got to shoot Amazon's worst camera, and I'm really not looking forward to it. We're off to Shinjuku, taking a train. Choo-choo. Here comes the Yamanote line. This will take us all the way to Shinjuku. Later today, we get to meet a capybara. It's pretty exciting. New camera. This is the Lomo. I think it's 800, 400 maybe. It is the Simple Use. It's a disposable camera that you can reload if you want. You just open it there. And we found a new convenience store, New Days. I'm concerned about the lack of light in here. I don't really want to use a flash. Got some bananas. You want a Pikachu Tokyo banana? I'll charge it up. So you charge the flash with this button up here. I am not certain about the exposure of that one. The fox, it's scary. I don't know how I feel about this. Hey guys. Continue our tour to find more convenience stores and eventually a capybara. I don't see any, we should get soup. So even though it's 10 a.m., Ichiran is already lined up the stairs. It's in the basement. People all the way up the stairs and out to the street. So we're gonna go somewhere else. Fried chicken? Oh, Family Mart. Boom goes the dynamite. With this photo, I wanted to include the cat doing karaoke and also the 7-Eleven hot dog. And we've done it. Saw the 7-Eleven logos. Thought it was a 7-Eleven, but it is just a bank. Double Family Mart. One there, one over here. Let's go. Family Mart. Features, film. You hold the flash button down and you have to hold the button while you hit the button. And just wait a second here. This guy's posing. He's posing. He's giving us a variety of stock poses. He's on his phone, looking around. He's taking a little walk. It's nice. It's like I'm directing him. This one has some vending machines down the side, so I'm gonna hit the corner and wait for a clear shot here. All things considered, if using this camera in the correct conditions, which means in a good amount of light, it's really nice. Oh my gosh, wow, another 7-Eleven. I like the use of cones at this one here. Really necessary cones. Oh, Godzilla. Nice Family Mart. I feel like this is the quintessential Japanese Family Mart right there. Oh, 7-Eleven too. I don't know if there's a great shot of this one. Here there's no 7-Eleven logo except for this no parking sign. Again, the cones, those count. I don't really want to creep on the people having a smoke. Might have to. That's a good street scene. Do we need one more? I think we need one more. All right, one more, and then we go see a capybara. We're gonna end this one just as it began. At Nude A's. There's our 10. Let's go see a capybara. Here we are. Capybara on the shirt. Not in the real life. Good news, we found an Ichiran that has no line. So let's go get some ramen. All right, push to enter. So what you do here at Ichiran is you put your money into the machine, hit the vending machine buttons, and you sit at your stall by yourself. If you have a friend, you can open the stall, see your friend, and you basically just kind of tell them what kind of ramen you want. So if you want it extra oily, if you want it extra green onions, you can do that. What are you feeling? Do you want the ramen select 3?
Select 3.
Okay, one for Marshall. So Marshall, I'm gonna do extra sliced pork. And I want to do extra green onions, but they give me a headache now. Oh, they have different options. Little seating chart right here. So this tells you the open seats and the ones that are being cleaned. So find a seat with the light on, have a seat. I'll go down here, right here. And I know this is a video about Amazon's worst rated camera, but I really am not so secretly trying to convince you that you should come to Japan at some point, because it is honestly my favorite place in the world. So here it is. It's the most beautiful thing. Look at that. Spicy, soup, noodles. What more do you need? Look at that. A little noodle pull. If you come here, you only really need one meal for the day, because this is the calorie content that Michael Phelps would probably consume when training. In our quest to shoot Amazon's lowest rated camera, we've now come to Sapporo with the Yashica Samurai, and it's a half frame 35mm film camera. Look at this form factor. No other camera that I've ever seen. It's kind of like a handy cam, although you can't reach the zoom buttons if your hand's in it comfortably, but you can reach the shutter button. So shutter button, on off button, wide telly, half frame, Portra 160 in this, and you get 72 shots per roll. You don't think it's a lot, you're like, wow, I'm getting really good value out of this, I'm gonna get a lot of frames. And then you get like 50 photos in and you're like, I have nothing else to photograph on this trip. So you develop a roll with a bunch of blank stuff or just a bunch of photos of your, I don't know, dog. I guess that's fine. I have a lot of photos of Richard from the beginning and ends of rolls. Anyways, here we are, Family Mart, number 1. And what is the lens? 25 to 75 millimeter, f3.5 to 4.3. So that's pretty good. Once you're at 75 millimeters, you're at f4.3, which I think is quite reasonable actually. You also have a built-in flash, and if you want to mount it on a tripod, you have to mount it upside down by the looks of things. The batteries go in the bottom here. So you got to mount it like that if you want to tripod it. Is that a more natural way to use it? It feels better, but the shutter button's in your palm. So we're gonna use it the traditional way. Let's go find another convenience store. I've seen some cones in my travels to Japan. We've seen the Hello Kitty cones, frog cones, but there's just a lot of cones right now. All right, Lawson's, number 2. The autofocus is actually pretty good. It's obviously if you're used to something like the Sony A7R Mark V, it's gonna lack. But if you just have a single point, you want to focus on someone, it gets it right 60% of the time. 3. There we go. That must mean there's a 7-Eleven near. Number 4, 7-Eleven. I know we're supposed to be using cameras that are worse, but this one's honestly a lot of fun. We're gonna go for the crosswalk shot on this one. Family Mart over there. I've zoomed in, I'm ready to go. And I'm gonna do a quick pause, capture the Family Mart, and I think we're gonna go get a fried chicken, right? Marshall says yes. We did it. Also, Marshall's attached these Peak Design tags, so you can attach your Peak Design strap and bring 1986 to you today. And you can also put the date on here too. Drive mode? Go for one of these. Looks like it's from the 80s. Another day, another Lawson Station, red chicken. There's a lot going on in that photo. And our final 7-Eleven, the Yashica Samurai camcorder slash half frame 35mm camera. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with this one. New camera alert. We're now on the Cat Cam. There's no viewfinder. And it actually has a secret feature that we're going to talk about in a second. It's kind of amazing. It also has Tetris, it has Snake. What is this, 16 megapixels? 18 megapixels, wow. JPEG only, but on my card right now, oh, we get to do this as well. Look at that. Very satisfying. All right, so the secret feature is you see that I'm taking the photo of the brick wall here. I hit this button right here. All of a sudden, it's a self-facing camera. Look at that. Photo of Marshall. How is that possible? Why doesn't everyone have a camera in the viewfinder? But also, I don't know if you can see how jello-y this camera is, but like, it's not good. Also, you can come into here and you can play some games. What are you into? You want to play some Snake? Look at that. Let's start. Game of Snake. And that's why it's not Amazon's worst camera, because it has games. Beautiful. What other games they got? We got Snake, we got Tetris, Pushbox, and that's all. Only 3 games, but 3 more games on this Fujifilm X-S20. Let's continue our convenience store tour. We're going to the Ham Fighters team shop. The Ham Fighters are probably my favorite named baseball team in all of Japan. I didn't even mention the best feature of this camera, that it's a cat. I'm gonna take another photo over here. Going for the wide. I feel like the wide is the way to go. Oh, look at that. Humans in motion. I don't know about that one. It's an interesting light at least, but I don't know. That one's not the best. Last one, great. This one, I don't know. So the first thing I've noticed is that there's not cones all around this, so I'm a little thrown off. Second, the wind picks up. It's gonna be a bad day. So unfortunately there's been a rebrand and there's no longer ham fighter merch, just fighters, which is fine, but it's not ham fighters. Nippon ham fighters, it's the only one. It's a nice ballpark. Probably shouldn't be called F Village, but it's a nice stadium. Here we go, Family Mart photo from the station. Oh, one more with everyone crossing, wow. Art. Beautiful. That completes the cat camera. We are well on our way to Amazon's lowest rated camera. But right now we're gonna shoot on the Jeff Gordon. This is a Nascar, but it's also a 35mm camera. And the gas tank is actually the shutter button. So you wind it up and you hit the gas tank. Didn't work. I hope it works. I haven't tried this one yet. I thought it was gonna be pretty overcast, so I brought the Portrait 800, but it's kind of a bit of a flex to use Portrait 800 in a camera like this. So I apologize for that. Doesn't really fit properly. Oh yeah, we're ready. Okay, here we go. Let's go take some pictures. I've jammed it. I think I've broken this camera. Got one photo, that's it. Oh, we just gotta push it real hard. That's a good one. Okay, we're back in business. And you really gotta jam the shutter on this one. Well, we've got one. I'm guessing the lens isn't gonna be too sharp all the way throughout. So I'm going to center compose the logo and door because I figure that'll probably be the sharpest. $19 on eBay. Next up we have a Family Mart. And I already don't like this camera. So the problem with this camera is that I have to put so much pressure on this button that it actually shakes my camera and reframes the scene. Maybe a new version is good. My used version, might not recommend.
Update. After coming home from Japan, I actually purchased a new Jeff Gordon camera, and it works just fine.
This one's gonna be questionable for light here. Also, that just spun and then spun the other way. So I might not be taking photos. Here we have a Lawson station. Got something. It's becoming more difficult to press. This is, in my opinion, the worst rated camera so far that we've shot with. I'm losing trust in this camera. Every now and then I hear it go, whew, and it's this going the other way. But I don't know, we got our 10 shots. What do you think? I might have done it. Questionable. Well, so far I'm rating this camera the lowest. Here we have the Holga, plastic, and some 400 Kodak. This is medium format film. Uh-oh, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, it's a feature, new feature alert. Usually I gaff tape this together, but do we have gaff tape? Wow, this is like really broken. Oh, it's supposed to go down. And I'm using black and white film because I know that this camera suffers a lot from light leaks and it pretty much overpowers the entire scene if you were to take a photo with it. Although, we did get some nice photos in Hawaii. Step 1, cut a hole in the box. Step 2, load your medium format film in that box. That looks great. You kind of put this on here and you kind of hope for the best. As I mentioned, so the light leak I think from this camera is actually when you hit the shutter. So I don't believe that it's the back. I think that there's light coming through when I press this button down. When I do that, I feel like light goes in, and I gotta spin this until there's a 1. Oh, the word Kodak, 1. All right, image number 1. On this camera, you get some settings. You get a mountain setting, which is infinity focus, and then you get an aperture setting, which is cloudy and sunny or sunny. I don't know if that does anything, to be honest. They say it does. Let's go find a convenience store and take our first black and white film with this Holga. I don't know if we're in the right spot. All right, first Family Mart with the Holga. I'm gonna go into mountain mode. The viewfinder is kind of just a suggestion. There it is. So you kind of see roughly your frame lines, but I don't know. It's a plastic toy. This thing was manufactured as, I don't know. Let's do a Wikipedia wrap up.
The Holga was intended to provide an inexpensive mass-market camera for the Chinese working class in order to record family portraits and events.
Wow, that was great, right? So much history and information. All right, 7-Eleven. Done. Lawson Station. It's not really my favorite looking Lawson Station. There's a Lawson's over there that looks a lot cooler. That's like a really cool looking one. It's also hard because so I know the center is gonna be the most in focus and the edges are gonna be a little crazy. So I don't wanna do any like crazy compositions where I properly rule of thirds things. I'm just gonna do just the Lawson Station sign over here. Oh, good backlit, that's exactly what I want. Let's find overexposed film. Better than underexposing. So that is number 3. So I'm actually really excited about this composition I have behind me. Lawson Station, really cool building. And I'm just gonna wait, I'm gonna give this like, we're gonna have a 5-minute timer. We either get it or don't. It's clear right now. Ah, I wasn't ready. Okay. That was faster. I was expecting that shot would never come together. It'd be nice if we could sprinkle in some old-timey taxis, but I'll take that. They have very large talons. Oh, cones in my shot. That's exactly what I wanted, right? It's a good Lawson though. Unfortunately, cones. Thanks, Japan, for all your delicious food and also all of your cones. Cones, cones, cones. I'm at 10 photos, but I think I've done 4 that have not been convenience stores. Got a few more to do. I think we got 4 more convenience stores to try to find. We got one here. I don't know about that one. It was fine. Let's keep the tour alive. This is a scene of a photograph. It's loud over there. This is a scene of a photograph that I took moments ago. Now it's quiet again. Bam. Family Mart. Completed. That's all. And now, unfortunately, Kodak is going to make me lick the stamp style Fuji. They give you a sticker. Kodak, I have to touch it with my mouth, which is a bit weird. Is it done? I can't tell. I suspect it's done rolling. You just kind of open it, have a little peek. There we go. Holga roll. Not Amazon's worst camera, but why is it so far in? Come on, Kodak. Get it together. If you're gonna raise your prices 15 times in 1 year, here we go. Don't watch me do it. They're gonna have to raise their prices again if they want to give us a sticker. On to the next camera. Oh, and you know what time it is. It is time for Amazon's worst rated camera. Here it is, Amazon's worst rated camera. Let's read some reviews, shall we? Number 1, Amanda says, do not buy, horrible quality pictures and not usable, returned it immediately. Stay away, not worth it, poor, that one's in French. So cheap, I was going to buy it for a gift. Unfortunately, it's for a kid, not an adult. True, does not work, junk, not worthy at all, poor plastic quality. I returned the item. Came with nothing, no batteries, not storage card, no vision screen. It worked for 30 seconds. Doesn't work. Wow, would not buy. You did buy. Takes wide angle to a new level. Interesting. Buy this camera if you are a 30-pound weakling and you need a bulkier look. Okay, bud. Very lacking on directions. It is junk, horrible, it doesn't work. Very, very cheap and not worth the price. It's $25. Buyer beware. Don't work. It was awful, but I got what I paid for. Toy feel. Quality. That could be a 5-star review. This camera is cheap and I returned. My cell phone takes better pictures than this. Alan is the most angry. He says in caps, this is total junk. This is nothing but a cheap, overpriced piece of junk. I had to use a screwdriver to get the battery compartment open and could not get it closed. Buyer beware. There appears to be a quality control issue because mine is fine. You'll also notice that it says camera on it. In case you've forgotten, direct kind of knockoff of what a Canon PowerShot. And instead of Canon, it just says camera. 16 megapixels, everything is plastic, 3 AAA batteries. And according to some reviews, you get 3 pictures per batteries, so you get 1 picture per AAA. We're gonna start at this here 7-Eleven, so let's get started. So, first impressions, it's like a 50mm lens. It says 4.1 millimeters, but I'm gonna call that like a 50. So if you buy this and you want to use it for selfies, you're gonna get a lot of just your teeth or your eyes. Oh wow, look at this. Feature alert, if you hit the button here, it says okay. You actually get an LED. So it's not a flash, it's just a continuous video light. I kind of like that, to be honest. That's a pretty good feature. So you kind of see exactly what you're taking. It's not going to do a lot out here in the hot sun, but it's a nice feature to have. On to the next convenience store. When you build something like this silver thing, usually there's a lens cover, but there's not. It's just a tiny pinhole camera. Look at that. All right, Seiko Mart. Dynamic range, it's 2. You get 2 stops. No stabilization. Being locked to a 50mm lens is really not what I had in mind. It's kind of weird and challenging. Gang, gang, gang. It's a bit of rolling shutter. It's shaking from the lack of stabilization.
Well, even though the user experience isn't amazing, at least the image quality looks exactly like a security camera from 1994.
When I put the batteries in and they were brand new, it said 2 bars out of 3 though. So I'm trying to keep it powered off as much as possible in order to capture these convenience stores for you. Thanks to the 50mm lens, I have to be across the street. Here we go. Oh wow, a van. A van is now part of the composition. That was probably the worst photo so far of the experiment. And I've taken some bad ones. It's a very nice Fuji sign. Did you know that Fuji actually stands for the love of photography? That's a real fact. Also, you can buy these shirts if you want. There's a link. All right, another Seiko Mart. This is the convenience store of Sapporo. So it's nice that we get that. Look at that. Look at this, it's like a fingernail polish from the early 2000s. I think that's what they modeled it after. I don't know about that one. Here we go. Photo of the century. Nailed it. Beautiful. Print it. Put it on your wall. Buy it as an NFT. Send 3 to your mother for Christmas. Eat 1 for dinner. Let's see. We're gonna isolate the Lawson's blue against the blue sky. Beautiful. Beautiful camera. I don't know if it deserves 1 star. If you're looking for a lo-fi device, which I know a lot of people are, you don't want the pristine quality of something like a Leica Q3. You want that realness. This is a weirdly good option, and that is number 9 for Amazon's lowest rated camera. And we have to leave Sapporo to get the 100th photo of this series, because in Shinjuku, I know where there is a Lawson's 100 yen shop, and it's called Lawson's 100, and that has to be the 100th photo. So we have to get on a plane, and it's gonna be tomorrow. So stay tuned. See you there. We've come so far on this journey. This began as something that we thought was an easy task, and it turns out that it takes a long time to find 100 convenience stores, even though there's something like 70,000 of them in Japan. Lawson's 100. I'm so happy that this project is done. It's the last day. Our flight's delayed on the way home, and there's no way that I would rather spend my day than photographing a Lawson's 100 with Amazon's lowest rated camera. I locked it up. It's frozen. It just freezes. It doesn't take the photos. Oh no.
You've done 9 photos and now it's dead?
I'll give it a quick little reboot here. It has done like 45 photos total. So I understand the electronics fatigue here, and I'm hopeful that it can at least give us one more. That's all we need. Now it's like, it freezes, so it freezes the photo. We're gonna do a battery pull. The AAAs. Uh-oh, the door's broken. Have you tried turning it off and back on again? Okay, here we go. No. Look at that. Oh, I didn't even mention that we got the 8 gigabyte Gigastone. I think it's the card. Maybe I need another SD. All right. Give it one more shot. This is the angle that I want, and I'm also going to take a photo on the first camera that we use, the Leica Q3, because it's significantly better. No, it freezes. Okay, so when you take the photo, it's broken. It freezes the image here. So we're going to get creative, and this will be the last image. So I'm going to take the photo, it's going to freeze on the screen, and I'm quickly going to attempt to get the photo like that. Here we go. Oh, took a photo that time. We're good. It's a great final image. I'm really happy with that. And we didn't even get hit by one truck on this video. Almost there. It would have been a good wrap up to finish in the hospital. Thanks for watching, and go buy some merch, I guess. Is that the takeaway? What a journey we've been on. I, for one, am a better person because of it. And now, when people ask us about Japan, we'll be able to tell them that we photographed 100 convenience stores. And I think that that's a true testament to humanity. So thank you for joining us. And it's time to do anything else other than photograph convenience stores. Although our minds have now been tuned that anytime we see a convenience store, we're drawn to it, and that's how we've wired our brains now. Goodbye.